We all know the famous line from the 1987, I believe it is, Dirty Dancing. Nobody puts baby in a corner. I'm here to tell you who puts baby in a corner and maybe why. And I'm going to need your help for that. I'm Audrey Firestone, speaker, author, coach. And several things have conspired in my life to inspire me to talk about this. The first person who puts baby in a corner, who do you think that is? Yeah, yours truly. Yours truly. Yes, society, we'll talk about that. But the first person who has been tamed by society, as Don Miguel Ruiz talks about, is we have been tamed. So we hide the wonderful things that we are. Do you, and this is probably going to make you laugh. It horrified me yesterday when I realized I am redesigning my website. I've done that, and I'm redesigning my LinkedIn profile. And thanks to Sandra Long and her wonderful book, I know what I'm doing, and I'm being very methodical and simple about it, step by step by step by step. But what it made me realize is I didn't even have the word speaker in my profile. And I thought, wait a minute, that's absurd. Now, we can talk about underlying Freudian reasons for this. And maybe we'll talk about them someday. That's not the important thing. The important thing is I want you to wake up and realize that the person putting baby in the corner is you. Because most of us deep inside have been taught that we're not enough, or that if we explain what we do, tell who we are, that we are not being modest. Isn't that a Victorian word? But nevertheless, that unspoken training, brainwashing, if you will, is there in everything that society puts out there, that school teaches us. Remember, I've told you that I think school, especially the lower grades, teach you to be really great on an assembly line. And most of us are not. I believe that we are the artist of our life. And therefore, an assembly line for most of us is not going to do it. So for those of us that have had a very rich, full life and continue to have, it seems unusual for me to say, I have two hands and I have opposable thumbs and they're so cool. So one excuse is, it's so matter of fact to me that I don't bother shining a flashlight on it or a spotlight. But if someone doesn't know me, how do they know that I have been speaking, well, a half of a lifetime on stage and speaking to organizations as well, raising funding for the opera companies that I worked with? That's maybe where it started, or on the one-woman show that I did on Miami Beach. I spoke to that audience. I didn't just stand there and sing songs. I have been speaking for most of my life, but because it was part of me, I didn't bother putting it out there. I didn't acknowledge who I was. I want all of you, especially the women that are listening to me right now, to take a piece of paper and start writing without thinking too much. What do I offer? What have I done in this world? And what do I offer? So when I say I'm Audrey Firestone, speaker, author, coach, that is at least scratching the surface of what I do professionally. And it allows you to know who I am. Suppose you come to this video for the first time and you've never seen me before. You don't know who I am. I don't matter to you. So those of us that are in any way in the public eye, and those of us breathing, alive, breathing, right here, I want all of us to know who we are and to proudly wave the flag of who you are. I'm not saying you need to stand on the street corners screaming, I'm magnificent. I happen to think that we humans are magnificent and that we have the capability of magnificence, but it gets tamed out of us by society. So first, we don't pay attention to what is so natural and so obvious. And let me say that there is another thing that happens when you don't pay attention to the obvious. You don't realize that that is a gift. That may be a real match for who you are. So if you need to think about it this way, what am I grateful for about myself? I'm grateful that I love to communicate. I really enjoy it. And I love seeing a light go on in someone's eyes when they understand something more about themselves and how powerful we really are. That's my mission. It's what I do. But when something is so obvious, we ignore it. That's one. When something feels so natural to you that it's like breathing, we ignore it. That's one. Two, society says, and I can remember the disapproval of my mother, my aunt, when I would be my explosive self as a child. My grandmother called me terremoto, which means earthquake. And now I find out there is an Adria tectonic plate underneath about 17 countries, and it pushes up mountains. So my grandmother was right. Okay, my grandmother was right. But when you are taught that is not seemly, again, a Victorian phrase, that's not modesty, you're bragging. I'm not bragging, I'm telling you, I am a speaker, I am a writer, and I am a coach. That's just a fact. And I have two fabulous hands with opposable thumbs. So remember that society would like to put us in the corner, but the person who allows it is yours truly, is you. And you have the power to say, I'm not going to sit in the corner. I don't like it. Now, there are times when we want to sit in the corner because it darn well suits us. But for all of us, especially the entrepreneurs, the solopreneurs, who are, as it is, because of the overwhelming amount of work that running your own business takes, we put ourselves in this strange netherworld of work, 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 work. And then it feels, this is the third thing, like it's never enough and we're never enough. I'm going to say to you, we don't know whether it's enough or not unless we walk out of the corner. So loud and proud, it is time to proclaim, I am, fill in your name, blah, 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 blank, 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 whatever it is. Because no one else is going to do it for you. Society would rather you sit down and shut up, because that is what we did. So now the evolution of what we are now is beginning to evolve and change. But you must take your gifts that seem as natural as breathing to you and pay attention to them, write them down, because if you're not on that path, maybe you should be, because things are a lot more fun when you do, when your work and your play can hold hands. And it becomes a more joyous sharing of what you do. I'm not bragging about what I do. It's not bragging. It's telling you the truth. This is who I am. And I invite each of you to do the same. Don't allow anyone to put you in a corner. As a businesswoman, as a business person, as a businessman, and it doesn't mean being brash and arrogant. Just tell the truth. All right? So the three things that I say keep us in the corner: one, we keep ourselves in the corner. Two, we've been taught by society that it's not modest. Throw off the cloak of modesty, wake the heck up and say, baby, I am here and I am not standing in a corner. And I am Andrea Firestone. I'm a speaker, I'm an author, and I'm a coach. And that is the truth. So, in all outrageousness and with fun, I am telling you the truth this morning. Take a piece of paper, write down all that you are. Ask people. If you can't find out, ask the people around you. If you had to use a word to describe me, what would it be? And if you don't like what they say, take off your shoe and hit it in the middle of the head. I'm espousing violence? No, I'm not. Very gently. All right, darlings, if we don't stand up for ourselves, if we don't say, world, here I am, then we will remain as business people, as entrepreneurs, as employees as well. We will remain the best kept secret. We humans, we're magnificent. We're made of stars. We don't often act like it. And aren't you tired of enough people telling you to stop shining so brightly? Oh, I dare you to shine double. All right? It's Andrea signing off, and I will see you very soon. I'll see you later, alligators. Bye.